扉が開きますのでご注意ください。
Hey guys, it's Mimi here and welcome to Geeklightful. I'm so excited to be with you guys today because I just came back from 2 weeks in Japan and it was an amazing trip. Although I didn't have the time to film any vlogs while I was there because I really wanted to enjoy being there. And when I make videos, there's so much to think about. I didn't want to be in a filming mode, I wanted to be in a enjoying mode. so I only have one vlog for you guys in Japan. So this is why I'm making this video, so I can share with you some little bits of our trip. I have so many things to tell you guys. I don't know what to start with. So my husband and I actually went to Japan in 2015 and it was amazing. We were there for 10 days. We fell in love with Japan during that trip and since then we've been wanting to go back and we finally did. We spent 1 week in Osaka and visited Kyoto and Hiroshima, and the last week we went to Tokyo where we had already been. It was very rainy that week, but we did a lot of shopping, and Tokyo when it's rainy is actually super gorgeous. So on the first week we went in Osaka and it was our first time there, and our Airbnb was actually quite close to Dantanbori, which is a very lively part of the city, very colorful, very bright. There's lights everywhere and so many people, and you can taste so many delicious foods in there, and mostly takoyaki. So takoyaki is actually like a bit of octopus in a bowl of a sort of pancake mixture topped with mayo. So I actually made the mistake of poking the takoyaki because it was too hot, so I wanted it to kind of air, I guess. But when I poked it, it opened and I actually saw the tentacles on the octopus and it was done for me. But we tasted so many delicious foods in Japan, and that's like one of our highlights from our trip is the food. Before going, we made a huge list of restaurants and things that we wanted to taste, and we got inspired by Simon and Martina's videos, so we decided to try a lot of different places that they already reviewed. One of the places we tried was in Tokyo and it was called Saitamaya. At that place, we actually got to taste some very interesting parts of animals like intestines and tongue and heart and some other things. The taste was great, but the texture was really hard on me. But it was such a great experience to just be there and talk with the grilling master, who was so nice to us. He was just adorable and sweet and so passionate about what he was doing. So just being there was like one of the greatest experiences we had in Japan so far. So I'll put Simon and Martina's video in the description box so you can go check it out and see for yourself the kind of experience that we had when we were there. So that was one place, but we also had some delicious ramen. We ate gyoza so many times. We also went 2 times to Sukiya, which is a place where they serve you a bowl of rice with some beef slices, and they even put some kimchi or cheese on top, and it's delicious. It's like the perfect comfort food for rainy days. Oh my goodness, we ate so much tempura, it was ridiculous. One of my favorite restaurants that we went to during our trip was a conveyor belt sushi restaurant. And it blew my mind, guys. I felt like a little kid, guys, looking at the sushi coming down the rail and down to our table. It was so cute and magical, and I actually really loved raw fish, which is a first for me. And I thought the texture would be so gooey, but it was so soft and it melted in my mouth. It was delicious, guys. I am so happy I tried it. I also had the chance to eat in more traditional styles restaurants where you're sitting down on tatamis. It was such a great trip, guys. I'm so happy to share this with you and tell you about it. I didn't post on Instagram while we were there because I really wanted to enjoy our trip and not being stuck in social media, but I should post some pictures on Instagram in the next few weeks. The second highlight of our trip was the scenery. The scenery is so breathtaking. You just walk around and in the streets. You don't have to go visit any shrines or temples to have like beautiful scenery. It's just there. You just walk in the little streets or the big streets. For me, it's really different from what I see here because the buildings are all so different from each other, strangely shaped sometimes. It's so interesting and inspiring to be there and see all this. The city scene is really interesting and really gorgeous, but the nature is also so breathtaking and beautiful. And when we went to Kyoto, we were actually heading to the bamboo forest that is so well known and so popular, and we actually got lost. We walked for like half an hour in totally the wrong direction, but we ended up walking along some kind of river. The water was such a gorgeous color, and there were waterfalls on the side of the path, and there were like mountains, and it was so beautiful. We finally found the bamboo forest, but it was getting really dark, so we didn't see much of it. It was fine because we had just seen such a beautiful scenery. So often my husband and I would feel like we were just on a movie set, but I think it's because of like all the lanterns that have such a warm glow to them, and the streets can be so narrow too. It's ridiculous. I took this picture to show you guys how narrow the streets were. Oh, I just remembered. When we were in Kyoto, we were walking in a very small street. So on this road, I saw a cute cat with a lady, and I kind of asked her if it was her cat and told her that he was cute. And so she started talking to me, and she asked where we were from, and then I told her we were from Canada, and then she told me she went to Canada a few years back, and while we were talking, a car was coming her way, but she was super sweet, and she just like took me in her house and continued talking to me and asking me questions and being such a nice, sweet person. And that's my third highlight of this trip, was the people and the culture. I just love the bowing. It's so respectful and so polite, and most of the time the service that you have from like your waiters is so polite and nice. And like I said, we ate a few times in traditional restaurants where you're sitting down, but that means that your waiter actually has to kneel down every time they come and bring you some water, tea, or your next course. Kneeling down for your clients is something that you don't see here in Canada, and it was quite impressive, especially since you don't tip in Japan. So I would have loved to tip them and saying like, thank you for like hurting your knees for us, but like you can't tip them because that would be impolite. So anyway, but there was this one time when we went to Yamachan, which was a suggestion from Simon and Martina's videos. We went there to eat some chicken wings, and we got lost in translation on that one, guys. It was ridiculous. And so we actually ended up ordering chicken wings for 7 people. So that was 35 chicken wings plus the 5 ones we already ordered, plus 2 plates of fried rice and some pickled cucumbers. It was pretty gross, but it was so funny. I made a list of things that I wanted to tell you guys in this video, and I'm just all over the place. So there are so many nice people in Japan, and in 2015 we had the chance to meet one super sweet man. We were just walking in a park and we started talking, and he actually invited us to his ikebana class, which is a traditional Japanese flower arrangement. So he invited us to his class, and then he invited us home for dinner, and that was our highlight from the 2015 trip. And this time we actually saw him again, and he made us visit his beautiful city called Nagoriyama, and he had a friend that was so nice that brought us with his car to different places to visit. We visited so many beautiful places. It was the best day of our whole trip, and it was so nice of him and his friend to bring us to all those places and spend most of the day with us. It was so great. And finally, one last highlight is all the toys and figurines and the weird and strange things that you can see in the shops. Japan has such a cute culture, guys. I bought quite a few gachas, like just a few. So I'm actually going to film a video with all the gachas that I bought so I can show you guys what they look like and how cute they are. So you should see this video soon. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of things that I wanted to tell you guys about this trip. During our trip in Osaka, we actually went to Universal Studios, and I lived the dream of visiting Harry Potter and the Wizarding World. I'm so excited! I'm going to go see Hogwarts, and it's a dream come true. I'm so excited! I can't wait to go in. I want to go in. And it was amazing. I felt like I was in the Harry Potter books, and it was so beautiful and magical. Of course, the whole time I was so overwhelmed. My eyes were constantly watery. You can see it in the pictures that there are way too many emotions going on. I felt like a kid that was at Hogwarts and in Hogsmeade. It was so magical, guys. And oh my goodness, at Universal Studios, I also met Hello Kitty, and she was the cutest. I'm gonna show you guys a clip of when I met her. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that it gave you a little taste of Japan. I am so thankful for this whole trip. I know I'm really lucky to have been to Japan already twice. I'm super happy to be back, and I have much more videos for you guys about Japan that I want to make. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day and God bless you. Bye! Hey guys, we are in the Gudetama cafe and I just love Gudetama so much. He's so adorable. And now I'm going to try one of the items in the menu and I can't wait to show you guys. I just got my plate. It's so funny and cute.
Quick tapanie.
I'm scared. Oh my gosh. And I got the one with the dumpling and the little box. It's so adorable, guys. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Here. So, okay. I need to focus. Oh my gosh, I have so many things to tell you guys. This video is gonna be so long. I'm so sorry.